I am Heidi, and I started the OWL diet at the beginning of the year, and I lost 47 pounds in 10 weeks. I actually have done pretty much every diet you can ever imagine. I've tried it, and I just have never been able to keep the weight off. I've always gone back to the normal eating, my normal eating, which was not normal. I finally have found a diet that is not really a diet, it's more of a lifestyle. It teaches you how to eat properly and how to eat non-processed foods and eat whole foods and how to cook and to actually eat like you're supposed to. When I was able to shop in the grocery store in the perimeter of the store and eat real food. When you're eating real food, then you realize that it's something that you can do every day. It's not something that you have to only do for a diet, it's a lifestyle. I know exactly how to eat now. When I left and I was finished and I reached my, my goal, which I don't know if I will ever call it reaching my goal, because it will be a lifestyle that I will live for the rest of my life. It's just good to know that, how to eat. It's not something that where you do shakes and then you go off the shakes and then you gain all the weight back because you're not eating shakes anymore. I'm eating real food, in a very healthy manner, and they teach you guidelines of how much you should eat and what you should eat, and so you have a good base to go on. I love the fact that I was being followed by a doctor. There's something I'm a nurse, and so I'm in the health field, and I have a bachelor's in exercise science, and I just liked knowing that I was working with a professional, someone that actually has a real MD. That was very, reassuring to me to know that I walked in and I was working with very professional people that knew what they were doing, knew what they were talking about, and I could, knew that I was in safe hands. We don't cook much for our meals. We do date night, and when we get together, so we go out to eat with my boyfriend and I, and when we go to dinner, to restaurants, it's actually pretty easy to follow. They give you the foods of what you should eat, how much you should eat, what sides, what condiments you should have, what you shouldn't have. So you just are a lot more knowledgeable about what you should and shouldn't eat. So it's actually very easy to go to a restaurant. You can order a steak and you can have, a nice steak and green beans, or, steak with salad, and they just kind of teach you the guidelines of what you should and shouldn't eat, and they just give you good guidelines of what to follow. I loved the fact that I did not have to work out. When you are overweight, that is very intimidating, and you don't want to go into a gym which is funny because I used to be a personal trainer and I used to teach aerobics, and I was intimidated to go into the gym because I was overweight and I was embarrassed to be there. I loved the fact that I can go to the gym now and I'm like, I've lost my weight, and I can work out, and it's for my health not to lose weight. With that being said, I have so much more energy now that I feel great going and working out. As you lose weight, you feel better and you feel like you are more able to do things for a longer period of time even. The projects I've done at my home, I think I'm ready to get kicked out of my house because I've redone every room because I have so much energy now. I'm trying to beg people to let me help them. Let me do your landscaping. I want to do some exercise. I feel great. Even the doctors that I've worked with have noticed how much more energy I have, and they've made comments on, how I'm even more successful and, I do a better job at my job now because I have lost weight, because I'm not carrying around the extra 47 pounds. It's funny because I go to pick up a 47-pound weight and or not 47-pound weight, but a 50-pound weight, and I can't do it. I don't know how I carried around that extra weight all day long, every day. No wonder I was tired all the time and I was sleeping all the time and taking naps all the time. And now I just feel wonderful. I despised shopping before when I was overweight. I just hated going shopping. It was very depressing to me. It was just a horrible experience, and now I get so excited because I get to go to normal stores. I don't have to go to the big girl store anymore. I can, shop anywhere I want. I can pull anything off a rack and it's gonna fit, and I know it's gonna fit. And I get to wear small shirts now. So there's nothing more exciting, to me than going shopping now, which unfortunately is not a good thing. I have had a lot of friends that have started the diet because they have seen, what a success I was. And I think that a lot of people were like, if she can do it, I can do it. And so I have had a lot of friends that have been able to do it and have lost the weight. So I think it's great, you know, that I can be an inspiration, how great I feel and how wonderful and how it worked for me. Because I have tried every diet. I have done everything to lose the weight, and it just would always come back because I was never taught the proper way to eat, the proper, you know, way to you know, portion out your meals and to plan and, you know, that kind of stuff. And it just has really helped me be successful. This is totally something that you can do. It's very easy. It's very within reach. They give you guidelines of how much to eat, what you can eat. It's pretty much kind of a no-brainer. You just look at the list and be like, oh, I can have this. And so then you can do it. Then as you get more comfortable with, you know, like after you do it a couple weeks and you kind of do the plain, you know, you just kind of like do a hamburger or, you know, do a steak or do some fish or chicken, then you start to get creative. Then you start to be like, oh, I bet if I add this and this together, this will work. And then you realize that was great. And then, you know, then you start to realize that eating healthy can be delicious also. It's not just, you know, you don't have to go and do a drive-through to get really good meals. You realize that you can really eat great healthy meals that taste wonderful too.
I have so much more energy and I feel fabulous.